Yo, alright, so on this episode, I'm going to be going over the options in AVA. First, we're going to go with videos. For the most part, the aspect ratio and resolution has to do with your graphics card and your monitor and just personal preference. I know some people have said that playing 800 by 600 is better for rifles and things like that, but it's mostly personal preference. I used to play in 800 by 600, obviously I don't anymore. Gamma you're going to want all the way up in those cases as well. It makes the map brighter, which makes it easier to see in some of the darker places that can be in AVA. For video settings, usually you want to do advanced settings. Audio will help your FPS, but it won't. It will turn something down that really need to be down, or that you would rather switch to something it has up. So right now I'm playing at pretty okay settings right here. I actually need to change it a little bit, but I'm just gonna go over lower settings first, which will look more along the lines of this. Something like, oh, turn this off. I'm not sure why these things are invisible. They have been. There we go. Alright, so something like this is low settings, but they don't look horrible. You can't really have the shadows on, which really helps. You really don't even need that on. If you can have a little bit better settings, I don't really mind that too much. But something like this, real time is a little bit hard, but if you can get real time, do that. But something just like this is even pretty good. It definitely looks better than the last settings, and it doesn't do too much more on your computer. Anyway, I'm gonna let that go back to what it was at. I've always played that window mode since it's come out. Again, it's a little preference. With window mode, I can open up like a window on the side with my bigger monitor. Right now, I'm on a 12-inch monitor, so I'm playing full screen. But my normal monitor, I can have like my Twitch chat when I'm streaming open and still play AV on the left. I've never used this option, and I don't think you're supposed to use it. For audio, I'm not an audio whiz, but I've always run with 32 channel, and it seemed to work fine. Maybe I should try to make it higher one day. I have no clue. For sound effect, this is usually just the announcer talking to you, and I think some people have said that it's also when the sound of them playing in the C4. I'm not sure how true that is, but usually you want this to be pretty low in comparison to your system volume, which is the shooting, the footsteps, and things like that. And music's volume is just that you can just hear the sound in the background. I usually only have that on when I'm streaming so that there's not dead noise in the back. Reverberation effect. I'm not great on that. I have it on just from someone telling me that it's better to have on, so that's what I would recommend. Feel free to post on the forums if you know more about that. Mount sensitivity will have to do with your DPI and your feel for the game. Some people play with really low settings. Most of the people I know have their mount sensitivity from 9 to 1. But if you're running like a really low DPI mouse or something, you might have to have this much higher. I wouldn't turn on smooth mouse, and verse mouse would only be if you're from like another game that you're used to up being down and down being up. Alright, so for keyboard, this is something I have quite different. I don't really use the secondary dash to run, but I do use walk as F and control as crouch. But that's only because I always have my pinky on the A button. Most people have these settings pretty regular. Something I'll show you that does make a difference is like my side mouse button is my pistol, and then my other side mouse button is a knife. That just makes things a little bit faster. I also use these to quick switch when I'm sniping, which is how I get a lot of silent shots. I'll click one of these, then I'll click Q. It's probably an easy way to do this. I might even make Q my first mouse button. So I just have to hit 2 mouse buttons, but for right now I like the way I'm running it, and it's working pretty well. If you're not trying to quick switch or anything, I used to have one of my side mouse buttons to be my knife and the other one to be night vision, so that I didn't have to click in, which is a really awkward key to press. For game, you almost always want to have second cam on. This allows you to see if you get a headshot of someone, like a good kill, a nade kill, you'll be able to see like where you killed that guy, and it might give you more information. You might be able to see the C4 or other players there, like in that place. Scaled HUD is something you usually don't want on, because usually it just makes your screen look like you're on 800 by 600. Don't worry about this. Auto messages you want off unless you want your chat to be spammed with "I'm on my way" and things like that. Crosshair, this is another thing that's really preference. I don't think it matters too much. This one obviously has some dot in the middle. I don't know. For capturing, I don't really notice the difference between all these. And what it seems like is all these make AVI files anyway, which just don't really go into what's it called, Sony Vegas anyway. So you have to convert them. So it doesn't matter too much. And I don't use 3D Vision. That's it for now. I'll get a screenshot of some of the UI and I'll go talk about that. I'll see you then. Alright, so here's a picture of the map. At the top left of the screen you can see the map depicted. Above the screen you can see the score, as well as how many people are alive on both teams. This is really important. Instead of having to press tab or something, you can see right below NRF or right below EU how many players are alive for that team. At the bottom of the screen you can see your HP, your armor, the time left in the round, your current score, and your ammunition, which is really important to keep track of how many bullets you have left in your gun. Everything's pretty simple here, but it's just really good to go over. I will add something in the description. It's going to be a link to Area Games website that goes over a lot of the UI, not just in game, but a lot of the pictures outside of the game, looking for lobby, capsule shop, anything like that. So it's going to be really important for you guys to check that out as I continue with these episodes. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.